Hello again. So you see that I've created an edition of skulls. An edition in printmaking is several images, all exactly alike. I guess you recall that I may have, after my first skull, decided to wash my vinyl block and do some additional cutting in order to make certain areas a little stronger. And you can see that I did that around the eyes. Now I have 2 or 3 others just like this, but you don't need to see them. They are all pretty much identical. Now, it takes a while for the ink to dry, so probably I won't be able to print another color on top of these right away, but I can do so maybe after an hour or so. You notice here, this detail, how it got a little blocked up right there, a little too full of ink. That could be because I pressed too hard with the Baron, or maybe I over-inked the vinyl block when I was using the brayer. You can see again, this is a cleaner impression here than it is right there. So even though they look very, very similar, and they are pretty much identical, if you're really practiced, if you really know what you're talking about and what you're doing, you can see some qualitative differences between these things, but no matter. Now what I'm going to do is switch colors in a little bit. Before I ink this in black and print black on top of here, I've got to think about what's going to stay red. Now, what's already white is staying white. Those lines that I cut that left white on the image, well, those aren't going away. Those cuts aren't going away. But now, if I go into this block and cut away any of the raised areas that were red, then when I print in black, those raised areas that I cut away will stay black, or I'm sorry, stay red. They won't turn black. So anything I cut away right now will stay red, and anything I don't cut away will turn black. So I'm going to go ahead and move these things out of the way, those 2 extra. I might use this as reference. You know I have my favorite cutting blade here. That's my number 2. And it might be that I want the inside of the eye to stay, or to turn black. So if I want that to turn black inside the eye, I might leave it alone. But I want these pupils to come out red, so I've got to cut those away. So again, anything you want to stay red, in this case my first color, has to be cut away. So I'm going to cut away the pupils. I have to come back there in just a moment and do a little bit better job of that. Do I want the nose to turn black or stay red? I don't know. I might go ahead and cut a little bit of the inside nose away, so those areas will stay red, but it doesn't mean I have to cut the whole thing away. I could cut some of the inside of the nose away and it will stay red, and I can cut some, and I can leave some alone and it will turn black. Okay, so again, you have to look around. What do I want to turn red, stay red? What do I want to turn black? These little droplets right here that kind of look like blood, I think I'm going to cut them away so they stay red, so that black does not print on top of them. So you kind of get the idea. These little bits of vinyl that I cut away, be sure and keep those in a pile somewhere. Just don't let them go everywhere on the floor and the table. Those are a real problem when it comes to getting those in the ink perhaps, or maybe even under the paper when you're printing. Those can cause some real issues. So I'm just going to continue cutting away with this. Anything I cut away will stay red. Anything I don't cut away will turn black, which is going to be my second and my final color. Okay, now you try.